What's up, guys? Welcome back for another video. It's that time to look at our 2026 college football predictions. We're going to be looking at the UNC Tar Heels. This is a team, the GOAT himself, joining the squad in 2025. Bill Belichick came in making $10 million per year. Some people were saying they were going to compete for the ACC. They might make the playoffs. Their very first game, College Game Day, was there. All the big names were there. We, on our early season predictions, did not have them making a bowl game. They did indeed not make a bowl game, but last season is behind us. They've made a buttload of changes. Basically, a completely different roster coming in. Lopez is out. The offensive coordinator's changed. We have a completely new revamped team. They've actually been recruiting pretty decent, working the portal, bringing in some top-of-the-line talent, bringing in Bobby Petrino to call plays, joining the GOAT himself, Bill Belichick. Not necessarily the guy he was with the Patriots. A lot of off-season baggage coming in here. Some people say that he's wore out his welcome, but no matter what, the big question, can they get back to bowl contention this season? That was the worst Tar Heels offense we've seen in the last 2 decades, statistically. It was pretty bad. A lot of turnovers, couldn't consistently move the ball. Bill Belichick, his name thing, he coaches really good defense. The defense was also bad. We need to see a new team. Bobby Petrino, though, historically, some people might not know he is. He is one of the best offensive guys to ever call a play. They're going to be able to move the ball, bringing in a completely new roster as quarterbacks as well. But we're going to look over this roster, look over the team schedule, try to predict which games they're going to win and lose, what their final record might be. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. How do you think the UNC Tar Heels do this season? Drop your record prediction in the comment section. I will respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. It all starts at the most important position on the field, quarterback. Billy Edwards transferring over from Wisconsin. This is his 5th or 6th year playing college football. A lot of experience under his belt. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily good experience. He hasn't necessarily played well in a very, very long time. Many years he's been stinking up the field, but now he's got Bobby P there. Bobby P is going to change whatever his skill set is. He's going to completely adapt the playbook to his skill set. He'll get the most out of him. Whatever talent he has, Bobby Petrino will find it. They also have the backup quarterbacks. You have Miles O'Neill coming in. As of right now, they haven't said who their starter is going to be. More than likely, going to be Billy Edwards. The entire offensive line from last season, the entire offensive line's gone. Like I said, this is basically a completely new team. Rodriguez, McCroy, Brand, Kelly, Buchanan. They brought over so many weapons through the transfer portal, through recruiting. And like I said earlier, they've actually been doing pretty good stockpiling talent. Are they at the top of the ACC? No. Are they in the middle? Probably yes. Middle to upper tier talent-wise. Just can they get everything clicking on the field? That's going to be the big question, especially with a coach who is an NFL coach, isn't used to necessarily having to build rosters through the portal, but his name is going to bring some players in as long as he can hopefully find a way to win some games and get back to bowl contention. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the schedule. They're actually going to open out the season Dublin, Ireland. The ACC seems to do this every single season. August 29th is going to be a Week 0 game versus the TCU Horned Frogs, Dublin, Ireland. Whenever you have games out of country, expect the unexpected. Crazy stuff's going to happen. Favorites lose, underdogs win, all kind of crazy stuff happen. Players are jet lagged. Teams haven't quite figured out what their strengths and weaknesses are. That's going to be the case for both these teams. Obviously, you have Sonny Dykes, one of the best offensive minds in the game. They lost Hoover, talented team that they're going to be running the air raid. They're going to move the ball. How does this Tar Heels offense look? Are they able to keep up with the Horned Frogs score for score, blow for blow? How does their defense look? How do they look in the trenches? Dublin sometimes, I think the last couple seasons, kind of rainy. The team that could run the ball the best won that game. This is an unknown game. It's Week 0, crazy stuff happens, and it's in Dublin, Ireland. Crazier stuff happens. But I'm going to go with TCU, and I know what I'm getting more with the Horned Frogs. Sonny Dykes has been there for a couple seasons. I think they have more depth. They have more familiarity. TCU wins this one. UNC starts out 0-1. Then after that, they're going to have a bye through week number 1. Hate those early bye weeks. Anyways, week number 2, September 12th versus East Tennessee State, coming to UNC. Look for their offense to get things back on track. This is going to be an easy cupcake win. Then starting out ACC play pretty early on at Clemson, going to Clemson, South Carolina with the Tigers. Obviously, Dabo Swinney, new offensive play caller. The defense under Allen, they're going to be very good defense. They'll be much better than they were last season. But this isn't the Clemson team of old that we've seen for basically the last 1.5 decades, where they were stockpiling elite talent, top 10 defenses, top 10 offenses. The offense stunk last season. Actually, not a bad offense 2024, but all the veterans are gone. You have Kate Klubnik, he's gone. Still a talented wide receiver core. They're still going to have a good defense. They're going to be a trench team. They're going to be able to line up with the bigger, badder bruisers here. I think their defense under Allen, that's going to make the difference. There's no doubt, though. Dabo, he's been doubling down on the way that he wants to coach. It might be too old for the way the game has adapted now, but I still think they have a better overall roster than UNC. But I think this is a close game. 27-24, 28-27 game. Clemson ekes out the win. UNC loses it. Then another really early bye week for some stupid reason. UNC kind of got screwed here. You want these bye weeks around the midway point to later in the season to keep that momentum going, to keep your guys fresh and healthy. After that, a really tough game. October 3rd versus Notre Dame. At least it's at home, but Notre Dame, they're going to be a top 10 team, potentially top 5, potentially number 1 here. You have a very talented quarterback, CJ Carr. Love's gone. Deep running back room. Talented wide receiver core. They're going to have a top 20 defense. Might be better than the defense they had last season. Maybe back to that 2024 defensive levels. They have Freeman, talented coach. This team, they're going to be getting after it, firing on all cylinders. Not a team you want to play. You have to have elite line of scrimmage and a very capable low turnover offense to beat Notre Dame. I don't think UNC has that right now. Notre Dame wins this one. USC's 1-3. And not an easy game. Pat Narduzzi's team going to Pitt October 10th. The Pitt Panthers is a team, they were scoring points in bunches last season. Top 20 offense, slinging it up and down the field. The quarterback's back. The wide receivers are back. You will be able to move the ball on that defense. But again, I don't know if your depth is capable of outscoring them, especially at Pittsburgh. Might start to get chilly here. Pitt wins this one. UNC 1-4, but still a lot of season left over. And then at your arch rival, at the Duke Blue Devils, Manny Diaz, they lost Mensah. Massive loss on having Mensah number 2 in the country in passing yards last season. He's transferred to Miami, and that was a last-minute transfer. They had to get the guy from San Jose State to fill in. They were scoring points. They're actually the defending ACC champs. I think UNC wins this one. They're out for revenge. They're riding a 3-game losing streak. This game's completely up for grabs. 50-50 pick on matchup. UNC steals the win. Then October 24th, the Syracuse Orange coming to UNC. This is a team, so many injuries last season, completely derailed the team. In 2024, they led college football in passing. Injuries to the quarterback last year, with them being a little healthier. With Brown, actually, he's actually been recruiting pretty decent, bringing in a 5-star wide receiver. Give me Syracuse to get this win, but this is a coin flip game. Keep your eye on this. This one could go either way. And then they have to play the most talented team in the ACC, October 31st versus the Miami Hurricanes, the team, the runner-up to the national championship last season, the team that added Mensah from Duke. They're going to have a top defense. They had the number 6 defense last season. They're going to have a top 15 defense this season, and I think they're going to have a top 10 offense. Heck, they might have the number 1 offense. Think back to that Cam Moore team in 2024. They have one of the deepest, if not the deepest, wide receiver core, one of the deepest, if not the deepest, running back rooms. They're going to be out for revenge. They want to get back to the national championship, finish business. They run through UNC. Right now, the season's not looking too good, but there's some wins here. After that, November 7th at UConn, you should be able to beat UConn. You got win number 3. Then November 14th versus the Louisville team. Louisville here, the Cardinals, Braum, great offensive mind, works the portal just like Petrino. Whatever this skill set is on his roster, he gets the most out of those players. But they always have one of those games. They drop a game that they should win every single season. This is it. UNC steals the win. Then you have the Virginia Cavaliers at the Virginia Cavaliers. This team won 10 games last season. Talented team, a lot of seniors last season working the portal. They played together as a group, solid defense, solid offense, the mobile dual threat quarterback. Talented team, actually potentially on the uptrend. Might not be as good as last season, but I still think they're better than UNC. Virginia Cavaliers win this one at home. And closing out the season, November 28th versus the NC State Wolfpack, elite quarterback play, talented wide receiver core. NC State, they were all over the place last season. In-state rivalry game, the offense is looking good some games and then get shut out. The defense would play well, and then they'd get curb stomped. Which version of the Wolfpack shows up this game? That's the complete unknown. But Bill Belichick, you got to do better than last season. You're at 4 wins right now. Give me them closing out the season with a win. They finished 5-7. Not the season people wanted, but technically it is an improvement on last season. Is it enough to keep Bill Belichick? I don't know. Do you want to keep him? The guy's like 95 years old. I didn't necessarily understand the hire when they made it. Definitely didn't hit the ground running last season. Maybe they'll overperform this year. There's no doubt, especially with Petrino calling plays. If Billy Edwards works out, they might be able to outscore some of these teams, but I do have some issues about the defense. Either way, that's our prediction for UNC. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. What do you think happens to them this season? What's their final record? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment. Thanks for watching.